Well, now to the 2016 race for the White House and the question of whether a college degree makes you more qualified to be president. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, a frontrunner right now, well, he doesn't have a college degree. But neither did these 8 presidents. In fact, they never even attended college. 3 other presidents went to a little bit of college, but didn't graduate. Those 3 right there. Last president who didn't get a degree was Harry Truman. Grover Cleveland was the most recent commander-in-chief to not attend college at all. Our power panel today, Rick Newman, a columnist for Yahoo Finance, Ari Zoldan, CEO of Quantum Networks and co-host of The Red Eye here on Fox News Channel, Andy Levy. All right, so we're going to debate this very interesting issue. We were just talking in the commercial break. We can't remember like another potential presidential candidate, Andy, who maybe didn't have a college degree. But the bigger question is, does it matter?
No, I don't think it matters. I think this is mindless credentialism from pseudo-intellectuals. If you want to argue that Scott Walker is dumb, argue that he's dumb, not that he didn't finish college. If you can't tell the difference between those 2 things, you're a perfect example of why having a college degree doesn't mean you're smart. As Howard Dean says that this makes Scott Walker unknowledgeable.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that is ignorant, and I assume that that's why, even with all his degrees, America decided that Howard Dean was unqualified to be president.
Interesting point. All right, so Rick, you know, it's so interesting because I guess maybe it's just a foregone conclusion because we hear about presidents going to Harvard and Yale and places like that, so we just assume. But does the average American care?
Well, you have to be crazy to run for president in the first place. So I think that's the first thing a lot of people probably think about. I don't know. I mean, I think it depends. How well does he perform otherwise? I mean, if he seems very smart and shrewd, no, people won't care. They might even, it might even work in his favor. I like the idea that this is an example of somebody who kind of demonstrates there's more than one pathway to success. You can actually get somewhere without that sort of rubber stamp credential. Remember, he did go to college, so he does.
He went all the way to his senior year.
He has a college education.
Yeah,
he just doesn't have a degree.
He dropped out in the spring of his senior year.
Right.
But now here are some interesting facts, Ari. So many more kids are going to college now than ever before. It's up like 50% since just 1990. I think we have the figures right there. Yeah, look. So 17.7 million undergraduates, the last time this was calculated was 2012. But by 2023, Ari, they think there's going to be over 20 million kids going to college, right?
Well, it's also because the landscape, the work landscape is just so difficult right now. So you do have a lot of people, they need some sort of competitive edge, right? So it's either higher education or it's all these internships that people are talking about. But, you know, getting back to the original topic, which is pretty fascinating, you know, is it a prerequisite to becoming president? Yeah, there's no course. I mean, I don't recall a course in college or in university, you know, how to become president 101. And I think until that happens, I think it's the field is wide open. And I'd say, you know, we talk about the American dream also. Could you imagine somebody not graduating to college and becoming president of the United States?
And by the way, nobody holds it against Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates that they didn't graduate college. I mean, they were clearly motivated by something at a young age, which a lot of kids aren't. They're not as motivated as Scott Walker was at a young age.
Right, and also Steve Jobs' $700 billion market cap of his company, which is larger than most GDP of 3/4 of the world.
I'll tell you what would be nice would be more presidential candidates with military experience. You know, one of the key jobs of being president is having to send young men and women off to war, and it would be nice if they had some experience themselves.
Especially since we're talking so much about ISIS right now. Rick, good luck on your new book as well.
Thank you.
To all 3 of you, have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.